But generally in our pickup games, people didn't take it easy on me because I would talk about them after I beat them, and then they'd get mad. And I've got proof because in one of the games, pickup games, not this All-Star game, but I got a bow in my lip, and it split it open. I had to have 12 stitches, and I had to speak the next day. So you can see in this is, I think, Thanksgiving weekend. You can see as I'm talking, I got a little caterpillar right on my lip. It's just the stitches were in there. So and the photographer caught a sequence of me getting bowed. I'm on the floor. There's blood all over everybody's standing over me looking. And I had it printed out and I sent it to the guy who was just some staffer on Capitol Hill. I had it framed and I signed it to him, to the only guy who ever got away with assaulting the president.
Is this public knowledge? Like you can find it?
Well, I'm sure he's told that story because I'm sure he's got that thing up.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
How hard would you play in these games?
Well, I just read the room. It's like the All-Star game. You read the room. It's it's a precedent that's set.
Can I say something, though? Y'all got to have a little more pride in that All-Star game. I mean, look, it's not as if y'all don't play pickup during the summers.
Right.
So you know how to play in a way that, all right, I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to take anybody out. But that All-Star game's it's broke, man.
Well, I
mean, like people just like not running. Everybody just trying all kinds of.
Well, I'm not.
It used to be when Kobe and Michael and Isaiah, those guys were playing, man. I mean, they weren't playing the way they did regular season, but they wanted to win.
This sounds like a conversation with my pops right now. He gave me the same speech.
It insults the game.
Well, all I said is my first All-Star game, I came off the bench. So I'm just reading the room of what's going on, and I'm just going to adjust to whatever.
No, I agree, but everybody needs to be just like, all right.
We got to lock in better.
Lock in better.
Well, we had
because you're showing out. This is this is your business. This is your product. You don't want people thinking y'all out there just half-assed.
That's a good point. We had a full meeting before last year's All-Star game.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work. Who came in? I'm so mad at myself. Larry Bird came in there and gave us a speech about taking it more serious.
Take it more seriously.
Could they change the stakes, though, in a real way? To do something to make it where it's like...
I mean, the problem is y'all get paid so much now, although the in-season tournament turned out better than I expected.
Yeah.
Right? Where people, the incentive there, but partly because the game counted towards the season. Mm-hmm. But y'all need to do something because...
We got to figure it out.
Because I ain't watching that thing no more.
Yeah, I don't rewatch it.
Nah.
Speaking of intensity, you wrote in your last book about coaching Sasha's team, and you said you had to stop. Can you explain the context of stopping and what you were like as a coach?
All right, so I'm in office, right? When we got it to the White House, Malia's 10, Sasha's 7. So Malia starts playing rec league soccer, and Sasha plays rec league basketball. So the next year, when she's 8, right? I'm watching with my boy Reggie Love, who played at Duke, and so we're watching the game, and really nice teachers who I think were also parents at the school were coaching. It wasn't clear that they had done a lot of coaching, so they didn't really have plays. Now, look, 8th graders running around, or not even 8th graders, 8-year-olds, right? So 3rd or 4th graders running around. It's never going to be that organized, but we got a little offended that there were no plays. So we started having these Saturday practices where we'd invite them underneath the FBI building. There was a court, and we'd bring them in, and we'd just do basic drills, dribbling, layups, setting a pick. We drew up a few basic plays. And so over time, whenever the regular coaches couldn't coach, I actually coached along with Reggie. We actually coached a couple of games. It was great fun, man. Now, and by the way, the Vipers, which was the name of our team, and I loved that name, the Vipers were tough. and we won. I think 2 years in a row we won the rec league championship.
Oh, okay.
And now the scores would be like 20-18. Right? I mean, if you were behind by 4, it was a problem.
This is a long road back.
It was scary, but in terms of coaching style, yeah, I was pretty low key. I wasn't a yeller, even when I was a fan as a dad. Like I wouldn't be, because I heard like JJ got tossed from one game, didn't he?
Yeah, he had to stop. I mean, he didn't stop, but he got tossed from multiple games.
Yeah, he's just getting too intense. I wasn't yelling at the refs. I was. Reggie would though. Reggie'd be like, "Hey, come on, you stop! What are you doing?" Because what does happen is at that age, sometimes you do have to yell out, "You have to tie your sneakers."
Yeah, right.
or they'd get distracted. They'd start looking at their nails, and the other team's running back.
Right.
So. But overall, it was just good fun.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to The Young Man and The 3 for more NBA related content.